Today, I hope you will be inspired by the many stories to come of local citizens and how they have greatly impacted our community for the better.
On September 26, 2013, Deputy Luke Harrington was at the Pine River Trailhead preparing for a pack horse trip with his father, Jim Harrington, and a friend when his father was thrown from his horse, which then fell on him. When Luke reached his father, he was not breathing. He had no pulse and was suffering from massive chest and head injuries. Luke performed CPR and restored his father's heartbeat. Due to the remote location, Luke had difficulty communicating the critical extent of the emergency to dispatchers. With great difficulty, he pulled his father into a truck, drove him several miles to Upper Pine Fire Station in Biceta, where he was transported by ambulance to Mercy Hospital in Durango, and there flown to St. Anthony's Hospital in Denver, where he remained in ICU for 15 days. Doctors in Durango and Denver said Jim Harrington would have certainly died without Luke's aggressive and immediate intervention in the field and evacuation to a hospital. For his prompt actions under arduous conditions, with no support from others, which directly saved another from certain death, Deputy Luke Harrington is awarded the Meritorious Service Medal. I know he's a hero with his fellow deputies and employees of the Sheriff's Office, and I know damn well he's a hero to his family. Now, I'd like to congratulate my deputy, Luke Harrington.
On one evening in early February, we had an inmate attempt to take their own life. The rapid response of these three officers saved his life. They were to his cell and had him out of the cell and on the floor within 3 to 5 seconds, according to the videotape, from the point where he collapsed. The gentleman had a ligature around his neck. He wasn't actually hung, but he had a ligature. And it was so tight around his neck that the officers had to get a device to remove it. And then the sergeant on shift, Sergeant Vasquez, ran to our control room to get that instrument to remove the item from the gentleman's neck. In the meantime, Sergeant Hanna and Officer Weiss were able to get the item removed, and upon Sergeant Vasquez's return, started to perform CPR. Twice they had to do CPR on this gentleman within 9 minutes before the EMS arrived at the facility. That being said, the gentleman essentially was gone twice, and they saved him twice. They were credited with saving the gentleman's life by the emergency room doctors, and the gentleman was flown to Denver also in the wee hours of the morning. These three gentlemen saved this man's life, which is an everyday occurrence that may occur for anybody that's in law enforcement, whether it's detentions or out on the street. So, Mr. Weiss, Sergeant Vasquez, and Sergeant Hanna, if you could please stand up and join me up front here.
And last year, there was a very bad crash on Highway 160 near the Three Springs intersection. That's the one that leads off to the hospital there. Late one night, the vehicle was traveling on Highway 160 heading towards the Bayfield area leading from Durango. The vehicle went off onto the turn lane and collided with the traffic light pole at that intersection. The vehicle immediately caught on fire, and at that time, one of our citizens, Mr. Scott Keys, had been driving through the area, saw the crash, and immediately got out of his car, made entry into that vehicle that had crashed, and pulled the driver from the burning wreckage. It's a tremendous act of heroism. It took a lot of courage to do that. He was recognized by the State Patrol for his actions, and we'd like to take the time to recognize him again. So, without further ado, Mr. Scott.